Hi, everybody. It's Lesley Jane Seymour, and I'm the founder of CoveyClub. We don't really know what we're doing right now, but we're trying. We want to come to you and do a cooler idea of the PBS telethon, because this is the end of our birthday special, where we are offering a very, very special price for a subscription to CoveyClub. And we don't want any of you to miss it. It ends tomorrow at midnight Pacific time. And we want all you potential Coveys to know all about us and what we're doing. And this is the time to jump in. We aren't going to be doing this kind of giveaway and price reduction. It's 30% off again. And actually, our prices are going to go up. We're offering so much that midway through this year, we're going to raise our prices. So come in, get in on these incredible women. You are going to love them. You are going to feel supported. You are going to feel like your mind is going to be blown. Because if you are in transition, these are your peeps. And that's why I call it CoveyClub. Covey is a small group of birds. And we are the chicks, we are the peeps, we are all those things. And if you aren't a member yet, why don't you sign in, and you can sign up. And we have a link in our chat box here. So I don't know who can see the chat box. We maybe need to put it into the Facebook. Can one of you guys, Casey or hi, Marta, there you are. Awesome. Scarlett, hi. Andrea, hi. Awesome. If we can put that link into our Facebook page, that would be great. And what's wonderful is we've got a bunch of our CoveyClub members here for you. And I think speaker view is what Gina suggested, right? Gina, you want speaker view, not the gallery, or do we want gallery here? This is all us trying to figure it out as we go. So I'll let Gina tell us which one we should be doing. I think maybe gallery, speakers, so that you guys can see who's speaking. Anyway, yep, she says speaker view. Okay, the boss says speaker view. So anyway, what I wanted to do is I brought some wonderful members who are going to come in. And I just wanted to ask them a few questions, and they can tell you a little bit about their experiences with CoveyClub. I know some people may be concerned about certain things with CoveyClub. Will I fit in? Am I the right person? Are these the right people for me? And I thought this is our chance to answer the questions live for you. And if you buy, look at your little CoveyClub mug here. I have put all the little goodie gift with purchase. I ripped up papers. We're not totally tech yet. And I put them in my little CoveyClub mug. And I have all kinds of goodies that I'm going to tell you about. So if you buy between now and the end of the sale, which is tomorrow night, which happens to be Mardi Gras night also for me, I live down in New Orleans, before midnight Pacific time, I'll reach into my little bowl here. It'd be really cool to do it on air, don't you think? I can be like Carol Merrill here. And I'll draw out one of the gifts for you. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what kind of things we have for you that will make you want to join this group. The group is incredible, but if you do it today, we have wonderful wish beads. These come from our friend Alexa Fisher, and these are the original intention setting jewelry. You write down your wish. There's a whole wish program that she has. You write it down and you wear it. Those are incredibly fabulous. You wear them with you. For Truth and Aging, my friend Marta, who's here on the call, has given us a wonderful package of Kinesco Nano Gold Signature Facial Set, which includes facial, décolleté, eye, and lip masks, And it's the ultimate take-home spa. Their hydrogel masks are generously saturated with an anti-aging serum with colloidal gold and vitamins, and that's worth $112. The bracelets I didn't mention were $38 each. They were worth that. Then we have, from one of our wonderful members, we have the Brave Sis Journey Journal, and that comes from our favorite friend, Rosie Kennedy, who created these herself, and it has all kinds of inspirational women of color and all their histories, so you can learn the history. Then we have 4 bottles left of one of our sponsors, Kindra, as a bestseller, a daily vaginal lotion, which will make you feel good from the inside out. And we have 4 of those to give away. Then we have, I happen to have them here, the little book of big PR. This comes from a great friend of mine, Jennifer Witter, who is just a brilliant, brilliant PR person. And she's giving away a bunch of her books, and they're just fantastic. It's really all you need to know about getting your own PR and creating your own personal brand. And then we have Intensive Age Defying Body Emulsion, and that's from June Jacobs, who's been a world-renowned spa visionary and beauty wellness expert. June, together with her daughter Rochelle, created a line centered on highly efficacious natural ingredients formulated to deliver, where did it go that? Immediate, impactful results with long-term benefits. And then we also have Youth Activating Smoothing and Refreshing Eye Serum that awakens your eyes, and those are worth $58 each. I have 5 of those, and I have 4 of the June Jacobs, and those are worth $75 each. So anyway, let's get to our friends and family here. Who is here? Who would like to? I would love to hear. Let's start with Andrea, because Andrea has been with me forever and ever. Andrea, talk a little bit about what you love about CoveyClub. Why did you join, and how has that fulfilled your needs?
I joined, it just sounded so interesting just to connect with other women that were more our similar ages, instead of much younger or whatever. And it's just fulfilled everything beyond my wildest dreams. I think the pandemic has made it so much more meaningful, and it'll just continue. I've made friends both on a friendship personal level as well as a business level. I'm part of a pod right now, and these amazing women are helping me kind of come up with a reinvention or a pivot from what I'm currently doing. And they encourage you and they make you accountable, because I'm not very organized. As I said, I've just made friends. I mean, I just was talking to one of them who's going to come on tonight, and we haven't met yet in person, and we're going to meet soon. So it's just a way of like lifelong learning, making friends, having people help you with business. And it's kind of a cool way to like connect with other intelligent women at this point in our lives, all over the country and the world.
That's what's great. Yeah. And like Andrea said, what's interesting and what we do that's totally different is you may come in for business and you end up staying for the friendship, or you may come in looking for friends that are different than the ones you have around you or that you've made while raising children or working, and then you will stay for the business. That's what's so interesting. Everybody does business with each other. Everybody's supportive. We have pods that help you with your writing, that help you with your reinvention, that help you with weight loss, that help you with, oh my goodness, health issues. Those are our little groups that we break down much, much smaller. So you can sign up for a 30% off full year of Covey membership. And I'm going to send you over to the CoveyClub page. Go over to CoveyClub.com and you can hit the join page. And it's still our birthday celebration, and that goes on for almost just 24 hours more, and that's about it. And it's going to be the end. So don't miss it. Bring your friends. A lot of you have brought friends in right now. This is the moment to do it. And the bigger Covey gets, the better it is. That's actually the big goal, is to eventually have hundreds of Coveys all over the world, so that wherever you go, you get off a plane and you go, hey, I would like to have dinner with some cool, smart, interesting, warm, and supportive woman. You dial up in your little app. We have an app, and there they are. You can actually search by location for Coveys. So I have my wonderful friend Marta here, who's giving away some of the gifts. Anybody who buys, don't let me go tonight without trying this. This is new for me. I want to do this. So somebody has to buy something just so we can do this, because it's totally crazy, right? So here's Marta, and you've loved about Covey. Oh, we can't hear you. We have to unmute you.
I'm a relatively new member. I joined last August. And then since then, I took part in the NOLA trip with I think there were about 23 of us all together.
Very good memory.
And that was just pardon?
Memory, 23.
23. That was just a fantastic experience of both learning, but also taking care of ourselves. And I met the most extraordinary women. As has already been mentioned, you come here for business, and I think that's what I thought I was doing. I ended up making some friends, and I ended up thinking in a different way about myself and how I'm evolving and changing. And I felt that I was given a safe space to do that in, but also the emotional tools, which I didn't really know I needed until I got there. And I thought, oh yeah, that's actually really helpful to have that emotional toolkit as well. But on top of that, there's actually a practical learning toolkit too. So I've taken part in a couple of workshops, and they've been helping me craft and evolve my resume so that I can take advantage of board positions and advisory positions, which is where I sort of want to take my career going forward. And that's been incredibly helpful. And then I just joined a pod which is a new pod that we just all put together on entrepreneurship. Where I've kind of offered my services, not so much as, I need help with my business, but, I've learned a lot with several entrepreneurships behind me, and also trying to change big organizations from within and make them more entrepreneurial and change. So I've learned a lot, and, I've pulled a few arrows out of my back as I've gone along. But I'm so happy to be able to say to people, I made that mistake, or I was part of this mistake, and please learn from me, because lives aren't long enough to make all the mistakes on your own. So take mine and learn from them. So I want to contribute as well, and I think that is one of the exceptional things about what Lesley has created, is it's very two-way, and you really don't feel that you're just receiving. You also feel there's a great opportunity to give, which I find really exciting.
Yeah, that's one of the great things, is all of our Covey members are so accomplished that they teach the classes sometimes, and they'll do the masterminds sometimes. They'll come in and do all kinds of parts, what things that interest them. And that's really, I think that's one of the things that holds us all together, is we are all experts at this point in our lives. And why not? The entrepreneur pod there's supposed to be the whole point of the pod is supposed to be 4 people, so you can actually work together tightly. But what happened is one of our members wanted to do something much more serious and business oriented. And so I said to her, okay, we'll go out and announce a very serious entrepreneurial pod. And we did. And suddenly, I think you guys have like 12 people in there. It's huge.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want. That's what's really great. And we have the app where you can come. It's a Mighty Networks group. It's called Covey Connect. And if you have questions or things you want to learn, or, you can go in and you can post your own questions there. You can start a room. We call them rooms. We have a scream room, for instance. We have a menopause mayhem room. All your questions can be answered. And you can start your own room if you have something you want to talk about. We have a room for coaches. We also have an up at 3 a.m. room. Somebody just wrote me today that she said this is the first time she's had to take use of that room. But this is what happens. You get a little older, and suddenly you're waking up at 3 o'clock to 3:30 and you have nothing to do. So we'd love to have your questions. If you have some questions, we have Casey watching Facebook, and we would love to have your questions. I would love to know what would you like to know about CoveyClub? How does it differ? What are the things that concern you? I know you can see the great women who are already here. And if you go over to Covey, if you go to any of our social media, you can see all the fabulous women who are here as well. And I want you to know that you would definitely fit in. If you get what I'm saying, you will definitely fit in. So I would love to hear your questions or your concerns. Some people have said to me, very early on, and I don't know if Andrea or Marta want to address this, is it like, is it cliquey? Is it, too tight in some way? Or maybe I'm coming to it too late. Go ahead, Andrea.
That's what I love about it. Today we didn't even talk about Positive Monday Mornings, which is a whole nother amazing thing. There were like all these new people on. And all of a sudden, like you're talking to them on the side, you're like checking out on LinkedIn who they are as a person, then you're checking them, it's just, it's what's so great about it. You're not in middle school anymore. Every time there's somebody new, you have something in common with them, whether it's professionally or there's a woman in our group who had going through cancer treatment and she has the same thing that I had. So we talk privately. It never ends with, so that's the beauty of this. It's not your mother's middle school, as they say, it's just a bunch of wonderful, mature women. And it's also, I think Marta just said this, you don't feel, because they're not the people that know you every day, you don't feel like they know everything about you. No one's judging you. It's just,
right.
So no, there's nothing cliquey about it.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't, that's the wonderful thing I have to say. And I have been in other clubs that were cliquey and they were scary. I got scared. So, this is a place where you can come be yourself and be your whole self. And you don't have to pretend like you're somebody else, and you don't have to worry about what I think. And you can find a place for yourself here. So I encourage you to come and join us, because it's going to get harder to join us later on. I don't want you to miss out. And it's so great. Today, what everybody's talking about is we did what's called Positive Mornings. We have a group that we do on Monday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. that we started during the pandemic with two of our coaches who do reinvention. And it actually became now it's, I guess, guys, I think we're in like year 2, right? Or 3, I don't know. But it started with the pandemic, and we have been going strong all along. New people come in and they join in. It's a very deep discussion every Monday morning about how to get your head screwed on straight for that week. And believe me, you know how tough that's been lately. It was tough during the pandemic. I thought we were done. The world is not done with us yet. And sometimes it's just hard to get going on Monday mornings and saying, like, how do I keep my head screwed on? And what's wonderful is you find out everybody around the country, women just like you, are having the same issues. Things are going on in their families, with their kids, with their jobs, with COVID, and you're not alone. This is not an individual thing. You are not alone. It's a passage. It is a time frame. And it really stinks to do it alone, to be really honest. Don't do it alone. Come be with us. And that's what CoveyClub is really all about. So I'd love to hear, what questions did you guys have? Casey, you had some questions, no?
Well, Stephanie McCullough is watching with us on Facebook.
Oh, good. Yeah, all right.
And she has a question for you. She wants to know what distinguishes Covey members to you.
Covey members are the people who we have a big, huge list that we email to on a regular basis, who come in and come out. What's interesting, I realize that some people are joiners and some people are a la carte people. So we keep the big list. The a la carte people, if you're not actually coming in and buying a subscription, which is really the financially sound thing to do, because you get everything for free, including our pods, for instance. A pod by itself is $250, and we do 4 of them. You get them for free, and all you're paying is $254 for the whole year during the birthday event. And then there's 1,000 things more. But that is the big difference. We're trying to make it affordable. We're trying to make, I guess the American Express, the value of membership, which does exist. So you can come to everything. And, if you can't make it, we record all the classes. I bring in experts to talk about everything that you might need to know to reinvent yourself. Stephanie's going to come and teach about finance. We will do everything, as Marta said. We have done a bunch of things about how to get on a board, which is a big issue. We have a thing about a lot of issues with boundaries, setting boundaries with children, setting boundaries with aging parents, setting boundaries in the office. That's another big topic for us. But it could run all the way to those of you who are out in the dating world again. It's hard. I see Sheila there. Sheila, unmute and let's get your question. Can you unmute there?
Yeah, then I came on. Huh?
Sheila, thank you for joining.
That's good. No, and I've been one of these a la carters, so I've kind of, come in and out throughout the years, and
yay, hooray! Let's drag you in right now. I want to do this.
I was one of your.
I want to do this.
I was one of your not founders, but I said my birthday and Covey's birthday is on the same day.
Oh my God, okay.
Yeah, so February 14th, and I remember kind of coming in on that day. So
yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so that was fun. And then I came in again with the positive morning Mondays during COVID and loved it, and then started participating. But then I was kind of back in real world, 8:30 to 4:30 job. And it seemed like all the stuff was at 2:00 in the afternoon, and I couldn't do any of it. And and I did a few where I did the recordings and such, but it wasn't, sometimes I got to it, sometimes I didn't. So I just felt kind of like, oh, well, it's moving on. And I can't go do 9:00 anymore. And which I hated. And I couldn't do 2:00. And
no. Well, we've got 6:00 for you now, okay. for that very reason. No, for that very reason. We do Wednesdays at 2. And then we do Wednesday at 2 and Thursday at 6. Exactly for that reason. As we saw people moving back to work.
Right.
And come at 2:00. Absolutely.
Right. So I guess that was my number one obstacle, was I just found that I wasn't available at all when things were happening. And but then I had FOMO because I was like available when you guys did your trip. And I was
gotta come to NOLA next year. I've got something so hugely planned. Because after you do it once, then you really know how to do it. And that's going to be gigantic. That'll be Veterans Day weekend here in New Orleans, and it'll be bigger and better. That was it was killer. That's all I can say. Talk to anybody who came. It was killer. We'll do a new theme, but it will be equally as fun. And the food is fabulous. The music's amazing, and New Orleans is a crazy place. So you will have fun. We did create the evenings exactly for that reason, and we will try to keep in touch with the Ask members periodically, because we know people are on different schedules. I mean, during COVID, everybody was home. We did do it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so we understand that. So, what was your favorite thing that you did come to? Was it Positive Mornings?
Well, that was great, and I did a lot of not a lot, but probably a half dozen or so of your, I don't know, the ADHD one.
Were you on ADHD call? That was a big one. That was a great
that
call.
was fun. And I actually referred my friend Lorraine Gordon to you, who did one on breath work.
Oh, she was fabulous.
Yeah, she's one of my best friends. So I don't even know. I heard on one of your workshops you were looking for breathing, so I was like, Lorraine, contact her.
Thank you.
And I was there. I wasn't available. I actually had to do that one after the fact and watch it.
It was sensational. And she gave us real tools that we can use. And what's great, even if you watch it later, you can use her tools. I feel it. I want to pick out a here for you. I feel it. I want you to win Marta's Marta's thing is really cool. I don't know where it is in here, but there's all kinds of cool stuff in here.
All right.
I've never done a GWP. This is from the beauty business. Gift with purchase. I've never had a chance to
Gift with purchase. Okay.
Gift with purchase. So love you to come join us more often. And that's 4 times a month we're teaching at 6:00. So,
Okay.
that is exactly one of the reasons. And then, of course, our events. And as COVID recedes a bit, we will do more of it. I would like to do 4 live events a year. And I have my eye on a place in California. I have a wonderful woman who I'm working with who can help us, get a group out to different places. It's just that we really can't do anything until COVID gets a little more under control. But did we lose her? She's still there, Sheila? Did we lose?
I'm here. You don't see me?
You are. Yeah, no, I see you now. Anyway, so that's something to look forward to.
Did you send the link again?
The link is in the chat. Can you see in the chat?
All right. Look.
You can go ahead and pick it up. And tell me if you're going to do it, because I'll pick from. It'll be fun. That's what we like to do. We like to have fun here. And one of the crazy things about CoveyClub that, what happens is you're an entrepreneur. You put together all these things. You create all these things. And, it's not, like Scarlett says, CoveyClub is filled with really, really nice women. I agree. That's what's so lovely. But the hilarious part is I bring in experts. I bring in people to teach. We create these big events. We do all this stuff. And then when I go and I do my surveys of CoveyClub and I say, what do you like most about CoveyClub? Everybody likes the spinner at the end of each class. At the end of each class, I bring up this digital spinner that looks like something from the New Jersey Shore. And we put everybody's email in there and we spin it. And each teacher gives away something. Maybe it's a free coaching session or a book or whatever it is that they do. And everybody loves that. And the reason why I do that is because I feel like women 40 plus don't ever get anything anymore. When we have a birthday, we say, don't bring any gifts. We say, we're just not kind to ourselves. And we take the sort of the joy and the lightness out of life because we have had to look after everybody all the time. So my job is to look after you guys and make silly stuff like this a reality, like my cup. So it's really, really nice. So, all right, Scarlett's going because she's her husband is cooking dinner for her, so she's going. Any other questions you guys have, or any other thoughts you guys want to put out there for our potential members who are listening? Anything, Casey? Any other questions out there?
There's no other questions, but
no, there's
Stephanie.
Someone waving. Someone's putting her hand up.
Oh, you can see that?
Leanne is putting her hand up.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
There she is.
I didn't do the virtual hand. I'm so sorry.
I saw you.
Great, awesome, Leanne.
So I have one comment, and then I do have a question.
Sure.
So I have one comment for Sheila, which is to say just about the timing. When I first joined Covey, which was less than a year ago, I also kind of started off with the classes, and also because topically I felt like I could join so many. There were so many that I felt interested in, but a lot of times the timing was hard, and I wasn't as motivated for whatever reason to watch things which were pre-recorded. I really did find that I was more motivated to join things which were live. But what also happened was the pods started to get going shortly after I joined. And I was jokingly saying before in another session that I joined Covey for the classes, but I stayed for the pods. And one of the things about the pods, and I'm not sure if you're interested in one, but and I don't remember now, Lesley, if it's an option or if you ever say anything about time at the beginning, like what your best times are. But in, the pod that,
pods, yeah.
Yeah, Andrea and I are in an amazing pod right now. And one of our members is in California. The rest of us are, one's in the Midwest, and Andrea and I are on the East Coast, 3 of us are on the East. And, we've kind of been able to find a time, that worked for all of us. But I remember I was in another pod where we had someone who really wanted to meet at night. And I think that's the kind of thing, especially as Covey grows, that might be able to accommodate, more that being a parameter of like you're being able to participate in a pod, because it's got to work for other people participating. But I just found that I was kind of skeptical actually in the beginning about whether our group now would be able to make something work, given that we're in 3 time zones. And we did. We sort of found a time. And 2 people have gone back into traditional work hours in our group. And it's still like, we kind of do it at lunchtime. It's sort of what they can sort of do. Yeah. So we've been able to sort of make it work. I just wanted to throw that out there because I kind of felt like I was new and liked the classes, but the timing was just generally not at a great time for me. But anyway, something that I've really gotten out of Covey is the pods. And that was something that just through our group being able to sort of, accommodate each other, we found something that worked. And I'm sure if we wanted to like flex to changing it to evenings alternating or something, like, because we have that relationship now, we probably would be willing to do that. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out as something to think about and I think especially as it keeps growing, it will be easier to find people who might really gravitate towards doing certain things in the evenings or mornings or whatever, whatever have you.
I'm not into 3 a.m. by the way.
No, wake up, but I don't want to get online.
I do get up early. I'm an early bird and I exercise, but I am not a 3 a.m.er. So that's not unless my dog go out. So, and is there a different link if you already have a sign on? Because I tried it and says that already, my email already existed, so it didn't work.
Oh, yes. I'd have to go in and take you out and put you back in. But if you're going to do it, Sheila,
okay.
I'm going to pick from here then. So we'll do it. You'll do that afterwards. Are you game?
I will commit. Yeah.
Oh, we got her. That's great. Okay. So I'm going to pick from my little cup and I just put all the papers are in there. This is high tech.
All right.
We're super Silicon Valley. All right. I'm not looking at anything. I'm just pulling. Okay. I'm pulling one thing. It's the most crumpled up thing. Kinesco!
Oh,
that's so weird. Okay. Look, this is really it. It's not. I didn't make that up. Okay. You got Marta's gift. That is fabulous. Good. It's a wonderful Truth in Aging gift. Awesome. Okay.
I don't know if I want Truth in Aging.
Awesome.
I want the rose-colored glasses version.
That's great. Sheila, awesome. We got you. I'm so excited. We're going to have you as a Covey. That's fantastic. And I will, there's just a little bit of technical if you've been a member before. So
okay.
I'll reach out to you. Just, I have your email, I'm sure, right? Because you're already in the system.
I am in the system, yes.
Okay, great. It's just a technical issue. Unlike my little thing. Oh, I'm so excited. That's really great. You'll really love it. Finally bring you in. So you can get an idea of what it is. And then you know what? The great thing is the new pods are going to start April, these end at April 16th, and then we're going to start the new pods by May 1st.
Awesome.
So, and, what's great is they're new pods. People want to do a French pod. There's all kinds of new stuff. I have a bunch of people who want to do writing pods. We have a very, very good writing pod right now, but we need another one, I think, because it's going to get too big. So there's all kinds, whatever you're interested in, we can put it out there. So yay, we got our first person. I feel like PBS, the phones are ringing. All right, any other questions?
Send me, I don't know, CDs on Tony Bennett or something. I don't know.
So Stephanie on Facebook says, Covey becomes what you need. That's so wonderful. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. So Amy Bristow, hi, how are you? Are you here? Can we see you? Let's see. Hi, Amy, how are you? Oh, good. We have Meg King. Nice to see you, Meg. Meg's
Hi, I'm good. My video's not working. Sorry.
That's okay. So Meg, you're a new member.
I am, yes.
So maybe talk a little bit about why you joined. What made you join, and what has been your experience so far?
Okay, so I was in another women's business group, and I was just looking for something a little different. From New York. I am a nurse by trade, but I'm also a foster mom and an adopted mom. I have 5 kids right now, and we just started. We're trying to turn into a nonprofit, but an agency that works with foster families to provide the necessities for babies and children entering care. So, just looking for women to work with and to get guidance from. And I just find that although someone might necessarily be in the nonprofit field, it's I can learn from anyone.
Right. That's great. I'm so glad you joined. It's great.
Well, thank you.
Are you in a pod already? Did you get it?
No, I did not do that yet. It's been a little crazy this past week, but I am on it.
But that's awesome. I'm so glad. And how did you find us? Did you find us through social media or?
I think social media. I used to receive your emails, and then I saw in regards to the birthday celebration. So I said, let me check this out again. And it just seemed like, and I do like the in-person. I like the hybrid kind of group, which I think is so important. And here in New York, we just found out today our school district is, going, no masks on Wednesday. So it seems a little bit like as if life is going back to a new normal. Yes.
That'd be great. Awesome. I'm so glad you joined.
Thank you.
And I love having new and having people who've been around. Hi, Amy Bristow. How are you? Do you have any questions? Anything? Oh, there you go.
Nope, no questions. I'm doing well, thanks.
Okay, good. Thank you for joining us. And Leanne, did you have another comment or a question you wanted to pull across?
I did have a question. So I have talked to some of my friends about Covey who haven't tried it out at all yet, but I've been just sharing my experience with them. And one of the questions I had was just around for people who haven't dipped in at all yet. And there used to be, I started myself as a monthly person and then jumped in to become an annual person. So I wanted to ask you about can people wade in that way after this promotional period? So just speak to that so then I can share that back with others.
Yeah, to explain that. So thank you for that question. We have, right now we're in our birthday celebration, which will go on through tomorrow evening, and then that will be over and we'll go back to our regular system, which is you can come into CoveyClub, you can buy by the month, you can try it that way, and then if you don't like it, you just don't come back. Though I do believe that you have to give a little bit to get into CoveyClub. It's you definitely have to stick around. I would say it takes maybe 2 months or 3 months. It's not going to reveal itself to you quite unless you could jump in head first after just 1 month. I would say try it for 3 months. And look, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And there are some people for whom it doesn't work. I totally get that. And then you can switch over to a yearly where you save 17%. And that you could switch over at any point. Right now, we just happen to have this birthday celebration, which is for the full year purchase, which is going for 30% off, which is just our Crazy Eddie moment. It's our Crazy Eddie moment. But we will switch back. So by the end of the week, if you want to try us on a monthly basis, just come and you get your first month for free when we go back to the old system. And you will be able to give it a try. On the monthly is not a month for free. It starts up as a monthly. But the year actually does work that way. I can't remember. You'll see it when it's there. Maybe both are a month for free. They might both be trials. But you get to check us out, see what we're like, see if we fit into your schedule, and then you can decide. And we want you to be happy. That's the key to all this. I used to run magazines. I'll give you a little bit about myself for those of you who don't know who I am. I used to run various magazines. A lot of you know me from More Magazine, but I also ran Mary Claire, I ran Redbook, I ran YM, which was a teen book. I worked at Vogue for 9 years as well. And when the magazine business folded, my last stint was as Moore's editor-in-chief for 8 years, building basically the same idea that you see here, which is a community, but it was flat. And, meaning that it was just paper. It was just, we sent things out and people read them. And sometimes we would have mail come back and forth and we would see you and get to know you a little bit, a tiny bit. And when the magazine died, which was 2016, my company did not want to talk to older women, so they closed it, even though we had 1.5 million readers, which seems like crazy to me. My readers came to me and said, do something else for us. And I'd never been an entrepreneur. I knew I didn't want to do another magazine. Magazines were in trouble. Basically everybody was being fired and told to do 5 different jobs for nothing. It was a very depressing time. So I said, let me do something else. Let me see what it is. And I went out on my social media and asked readers to fill out a survey. And any of you who do research know today, nobody fills out a survey. If you ask more than 2 questions, you're dead. I had 627 people do a survey that was 54 questions long. And I made CoveyClub from that. And we have pivoted. You will laugh when you hear that the very first thing that I did, I was making an original magazine every week. I was paying for it from my severance pay. And I was making an original magazine like insanity. That was not very financially stable. And I always called it CoveyClub. I knew when I figured that out that I had to lean into the club part of it. And that's the part that I really enjoy. Knowing all of you guys has been one of the greatest parts of the last 5 years. We are 5 years old now. We launched on Valentine's Day of 2017. And what's fantastic is, mostly a lot of old More readers have come in. And some of you don't know me from my More days. A lot of you do. Some come from my Mary Claire or Redbook days as well. And I think we have created a community that is the same as what you get or got from reading a magazine, which doesn't exist anymore, but closer. And we're able to actually help each other and change each other and spur each other on. So I think it's much more rewarding for me. And but I want to grow the club. And the goal, the reason why I'm talking to all of you today is the goal is eventually to get big enough where if you're a member of Covey, you're going on business to Houston, you can pull up your app and see who's local and say, hey, I'm here. Come have a glass of wine with me. We've never met before, but you're going to meet somebody who's smart, who's interesting, who's interested in the world, who's a lifelong learner. And you will find out you have 10 things in common with them, even though you never met them before. And that's the beauty of this club. And it's not snooty. It's not, these are the nice girls. These are not the mean girls. And we take pride in that. So any other questions in there? Anybody else I can't see the whole group. Casey, anybody else in there? There's Gina, Marta.
No, I'm not seeing any raised hands.
Okay.
I would love to know a bit from either you, Lesley, or some members, a little bit about the Covey Connect app. Stephanie mentioned that there's conversations 24/7 on the app as well.
Right.
And a lot of people might not be familiar with Mighty Networks. So I think that's a great little addition.
Yeah. The Covey Connect app was my idea of getting you off of Facebook. I have to say, at a certain point, I had to make a decision that I did not love all the things that were going on Facebook and with them having access to your data. And yes, I realize it's ironic that we are broadcasting this on Facebook. But I wanted my group to be protected. There are a lot of women here who are very well known and, they have a public face. And I don't want them to have to worry about what they say that anybody else could hear what they're saying. So we went into Mighty Networks. We created an area called Covey Connect. It's all private. I don't scrape. They don't scrape. No one has your data. We don't follow you around the web. We don't try to sell you anything. It is strictly for you to communicate with each other. And there's an app that goes on your phone. In it, we put all the courses so you can watch them at any point. We have all of our rooms in there. As I said, we have a room, we have the Menopause Mayhem room run by Dr. Barb. You can go in and ask questions about, HRT or whatever. We have our Scream room. If, things in the world are getting as crazy as they are, you can go in there. If you need a coach, we have a room called To Coach and Be Coached. You can go in there and find that. You can start your own room. The app is fantastic for that. It's all private and you can communicate with each other. What I really, really love is that you can find you can find people nearby. So if you get off a plane in New York, you can see who are the New York members and reach out to them and say, hey, I'm on my way into the city. Anybody want to join up? So it's a great app. The biggest part about it is that it's private. Anybody else want to talk about Covey Connect? You guys find it useful?
I can. I have gone through phases of using it more or less. I'm in a sort of a more phase, and it's actually great. I mean, I started one set of one question or one topic, and it really went on for quite a while. And I had some great exchanges with other members, and even I can't remember. I probably started it almost a month ago, and I literally had a separate conversation, a phone conversation with one member off of that just last week, where I was saying something about my fitness routine, and she's like, "I'd love to join your live fitness routine. Tell me about it." And we just had an offline conversation. I'd never met her before, and it was wonderful. I mean, just to Lesley's point, we had so many other things in common, and it was that's just a perfect example of how it can just be a springboard. Sometimes you're just learning something, and you want to put something out there. People are always trying to get advice from people about books, or just it could be anything, and it could turn into something much richer or more specific, or and one of the things I was going to say about Covey, the best thing to me really are the one-on-one conversations I've had with people, from my pod that I met, or in other events that I might have met that I somehow connected with later. It's been really rewarding, and that's to me been the best thing.
And you, Leanne, have gotten together live with a couple of people, correct? You were.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have this brunch bunch in the New York area that just started through someone coming into town. So you were saying, someone's coming to town. I can't remember how she particularly invited this group of people. I don't know if some of them are positive minds. I don't even know. I didn't know any of the women that she invited. And we have been texting regularly, and we're actually going to get together again in a couple weeks.
That's awesome.
Which is great. And and my pod, some people live locally, as it turns out. It's been really remarkable, and nothing that I actually anticipated.
Well, and in the app, what's great about it being private is I can post job openings I hear about, people looking to get their kids internships, things like that, where you may not want to go public with something, or you may have to look for a certain type of lawyer for yourself, or you may need things that you don't want the whole world to know about. You can post it in the CoveyClub app, and someone will get back to you if they have that information. And that's one of the privacy is key. And I think also, especially at this age, it's really important. You've worked hard. You've worked hard to get to where you are. You don't want somebody, the wrong person listening in, right? So any other questions? I'm gonna pass this one more time. We had wonderful Sheila who joined in off. She's been lurking around the outside, and now she's going to be a member, and she got a wonderful kit, a wonderful, wonderful gold facial kit from Marta. It just so happened, honestly, I picked it out of the cup. You can see they're all in here. I would love to give away a bunch more gift with purchases. In fact, here's what I'm going to do, because I have all these here. So we have 24 hours plus, a little bit longer. Remember, this birthday special ends on Pacific time, midnight, tomorrow night, March 1st. I will, because I can see the timestamp as people come in and join, I will pull out of this cup whoever joins between now and then, and we want you all to join. I've got a lot in here, and I want to give all these away. What am I going to do with these? I have a closet full of beauty products. I don't need them, and I want to give them away to you. So join, and I will give you a great gift with purchase, and I will just pick it out for you. And I don't want anybody, this could become, I think the little cup could rival our little spinner eventually. So come and join. It's 30% off between now and midnight Pacific time tomorrow evening. Get to know all these great women and feel supported. I mean, I think that's one of the biggest things that we do is support each other. And no matter what you were doing before, no matter where you are, no matter what transition you're in, I think that's the beauty of what we do. And I would say that one of the big things, I know you guys who are here all talk about us being non-judgmental. And I think it's a really judgment-free zone, and that's really unusual. So you can come, and some of the things that people say to me is, you know, how do I connect with people I've never met before? And the really interesting part about it is actually you can connect better with people you've never met before if you're in transition, because they're willing to take you at face value. You don't have to be, you know, Sam's mother. You don't have to be the woman who was, you know, running the law firm. You don't have to be whatever it is that you want to be going forward. What's great is you can come and start afresh with us, and we accept you. And that's part of getting a reinvention done, and that's part of living the best part of your life, which is coming up. And this second half of life can be absolutely amazing. And I know a lot of people say to me, they say they feel stuck. They say they feel old. And what I say is you shouldn't have to feel that way. Honestly, I don't feel that way. And I don't feel that way because I'm doing this and because I get to hang out with incredible people like Leanne and Marta. And now we've got Sheila on board. It makes me so happy. And that's the beauty of it. It changes everything. So I want everybody out there to come join us and to please, please, please don't wait. Don't let this go by because our prices are going to go up. And I want you to jump in and grab this. And I have my little cup, and I'm going to pull from here. Anybody who joins between now and tomorrow midnight Pacific time, I will pull something out from there. So any last questions? Any last thoughts from our Coveys who are hanging here? Anybody? Because we're about to close. We're gonna close it down. And at least we got Sheila. I'm so proud of you, Sheila. You made me feel like I actually know what I
filled out that. Casey, you sent in that second link, and I put my name and stuff, and it said, I think it said it worked, but I'm not sure. It didn't make me put any financial information. I think you guys must have it. I don't know. So.
All right. Well, I will chase you down, Sheila, because you're our girl, and I'm so proud of you.
I'm in.
I'm so happy. That makes me really happy. I'm so thrilled. So all of you come join us, come jump in just like Sheila, and you're going to find the water's fine. And we're going to give you a gift with purchase. And don't leave me here with this. Don't make me, I want to drink out of my CoveyClub cup. So I don't want to eat these papers. I want you to have them, right? I want you to have all this stuff. So thank you all for joining us. Leanne, thank you. Casey, thank you. Sheila, thank you. Gina, thank you. Amy, Marta, you guys are all rock stars. This was our Meg, you're there. Hey, thank you for hanging in there. And we'll close ourselves down now, and we're going to be pulling into the end of the 5th birthday. Thank you guys for being part of CoveyClub, and
Thank you.
I'm so grateful.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Happy
Bye, guys.
birthday.
Thank you guys.